I want to pray first, and then we're gonna get cracking, okay? All right. Father God, we come right now. We just want to thank you for first allowing us to wake up today, a day that was not promised to us. We ask now, Father God, that you be in our midst as we come tonight to deal with some real issues. I'm starting tonight, issues that some may feel uncomfortable with, but my prayer, Lord, is that it will minister to someone or to a whole lot of people, not just tonight, but during this whole time while we're on this conversation of facing R. Kelly. Lord, we just ask that you to be with us. Help me and speak through me to be able to help the people and help us to be sensitive to one another as well. And help us to allow everyone to feel comfortable, to open up, and not to hold anything over anyone's head at a later time. Lord, we thank you. It's in your Son, Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. We got the stream up? Can y'all make sure, is it working? Can you hear me and all that? Make sure you can hear, y'all can hear me? Okay, but can y'all hear me on the stream though? I ain't worried about them. No, I'm just playing, I'm just messing with y'all, calm down. I just want to make sure that, now let me say it, I'm gonna keep saying this throughout. We need you all to talk into the mic for those that are watching our stream so they can hear what's going on, okay? So, before we get started, Derek, you have those papers? Yeah. Okay. Derek's gonna hand y'all out some papers. I need y'all to fill them out. Hold on a second. Make it as private as possible. It says on there, don't put your name, I don't want your name on there. And I don't try not to let anyone see you answer the questions, because I want you to be honest. Okay? Can y'all do that before we get started? Can y'all hand out those papers real quick? Who needs a pen or paper, or a pen or pencil? If you don't, ask your neighbor if you can borrow it. But I need y'all to answer these questions and answer it honestly. Don't put your name on it, okay? Don't put your name on it. Can you, I'm a little hot up here. Can you turn me down a little bit? Okay, perfect. Who, me? Oh, no, just if they have a question, y'all can just tell me. Okay, no, thanks. Thank you. So but Roy, so they can't do it, right? Okay, all right. Okay, while I pass it the papers, anyone that's watching online, we're on YouTube, so you can join in on the conversation too. Just type in your question or your comment, and we'll get one of these guys with the microphone to read what your question or comment is. So I know we have some people that are watching online. So y'all hear what I said, right? Those I hope those online who are watching. I know Devin called me and she said she's going to be watching online. So Devin, you hear me? If you got a question or comment, you got to type it in. All right. Just make it. It should take you about no more than a couple, not even less than a minute or so to answer those questions. And then fold it up. Just fold it back up so no one can see it, and then just give it back to Derek. Okay? Do you know what to do with it, right? Okay. All right. When you have it, just fold it up. Answer the question, fold it up. But 6 questions? Is it 6, 7, something like that? 7? Look, if it take you a long time to answer 7 questions, I'm wrong. Is there yes or no's? Just fold it up. We don't want no one to see their yes or no's. Just fold it up. Again, if you're watching online, you can ask questions. All right. Is everyone finished? Raise your hand when you're done so we can get cracking. We can get started. When you're done, we got some people. Can y'all pick them up too? If you're finished, just pick them up too if you can. And just. Okay, when you're done, just raise your paper up in the air so they can come get it, please. Just raise your paper up in the air when you're done so that they can get the paper, please. Dottie just walked in. Give her one real quick. 'Cause I want to do this quick. I want to get started. When you're done, just put your paper in the air, so we can go ahead and get started.
You're welcome. Box.
Don't forget when you're done, raise your paper up in the air so I can come get it from you, please. Thank you, Roy. Roy has the tray. Yeah. Roy, right over here. Over here. Derek. All right, thank y'all. Okay, we got everyone's done, right? Just raise, man, your boy, look. Ain't that difficult? Circle, yes or no. Boy, y'all thinking too hard. It's real simple questions. Oh boy, I tell you, y'all. Hands. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get started. When you're done, just raise your paper, your hand up, your paper, okay? Then come get it. All right? Okay. Listen, y'all. So tonight, this the first night of this. I'm gonna call it a little series of conversations we're gonna have about facing R. Kelly. For those of y'all that saw the video, the documentary, you know the issues that happened with him being accused of messing with molesting little girls, and even not just little girls, but there were some adult women that were on there as well too. And when I was watching it, it just hit my spirit that I don't want to so much deal with him and his issues, and we can talk about that, but I want to deal with the issues as a whole of why that even took place. Because a whole lot of us, even in the church, are dealing with things like that, with stuff that has happened. Who's ever got a mic, I need to get control of it, please. Because even in the church, there's so many people that come to church who deal with that, who have dealt with those issues. And the main reason why I really want to deal with this, because as minorities, as African Americans and Hispanics, we don't like talking about what has happened to us. Okay, let me say it one more time. As minorities, we do not like to talk about what has happened to us or what is happening to us. And it affects not only your life, but it affects your kids and your family as a whole. And I believe the reason why so many of our relationships are jacked up is because we're jacked up. And if I had a carpet up here and a broom, I would sweep whatever's on here under the carpet, because that's what we do. We want to sweep it and pretend like it never happened. And then when someone says something or someone touches you in a way, it sparks it. Are y'all with me? Okay, so tonight's session, I just want to talk about our kids. Next time I'm going to get to the adults part of it. But tonight I want to deal with the kid aspect of it, and I'm glad our kids are here, but to deal with the kid aspect, but also parenting as well. And some of what we're going to talk about for be in our face. We're going to have to be honest with ourselves as parents, okay? All right, I'm gonna give y'all some numbers. 90 to 95% sexual abuse not reported. That's scary. 90 to 95% of sexual abuse to our kids, or even if you were a kid at one time, is not reported. 1 in 4 girls, 1 in 6 boys will be sexually abused before they're 18. Before they're 18. Over 58,000 children were sexually abused last year. 34% of people who were sexually abused were from a family member. That might not seem high, that's too high, period. 34%, that's crazy. From a family member that they were abused. 12.3% of girls were 10 years old or younger out of the time they first were raped or victimized. 27% of boys who were 10 years or younger at the time of their first rape or victimization. This is crazy. 96% of people who were sexually abused, children, were male. 96. 96% were boys, little boys, were abused. 76% were girls. It's crazy. This is outlandish right here. The average age of which girls first became victims of prostitution was between the ages of 12 and 14, and boys 11 to 13. Okay. 1 in 7 was sexually abused during school days. School days. That means when they're coming home from school, stuff is happening. Whether it's from a mother or father or a brother or sister, on school days, stuff is happening. Okay, let's talk about that for, y'all know, those of us that are adults, we liked when mom and daddy weren't home. Whole lot of stuff happened when mom and daddy weren't home. So y'all quiet already, that's why I know we already on something. Whether it's school or on weekends, as soon as mom and daddy leave the house, when we were their age, we were up to no good. So imagine if we were doing it and we didn't have the access that our kids have now. Imagine what's happening when you're not there. Who they have coming over. What they're doing when you're not there. Or when you're out having fun. Because our attitude is this, well, they know better. They better not. Come on. Our parents said the same thing about us. Nobody better not come in this house when I'm not here. As soon as they left, I'm calling my boyfriend. I'm calling my girlfriend. I'm calling my friends over. We're going to have a good time. Come on, can we keep it real? But here's the scary part about that, though. When our kids are at home by themselves and they have access to all this stuff, number one, they're communicating with folks that you don't even know who they're communicating with. And nowadays, it ain't hard to find out where someone lives. Put your real name. Oh, they can find out where you live. And if they say that they're this age, that age, trust me. Remember that show, To Catch a Predator? Anybody watch that? Remember that? How Dude used to catch everybody? That's crazy. Because those grown men were coming to them kids' houses. And their parents were there. Now imagine had that been real and it wasn't a TV show. What would have happened? What could have happened? I wanted to kind of find out, like, why, for those of us who are parents, why do our kids act out or cut up, however way you want to say it? Crazy stuff I found out. They're worried about something. They're being influenced by friends. They don't want to let you down. Here's the one I want to talk about. They're imitating you. Okay. I want to talk about that for me. Sometimes when you argue with your child, it's a mirror of you. Okay, come on, y'all. Y'all don't want to talk. They're imitating, they're watching your behavior. Not only that, we're going to talk about that, but watch this. One girl, when I was researching, one girl said that the reason why she acts out is because her mom still dresses like her, acts like her, listens to her music, goes out like her. And she says, I don't want my mom to be like me. I want my mom to be my mom. But she sees her mama acting just like she. Now, let me just say this. Whether this go both ways, not just moms, dads too. Goes both ways, brothers. Listen, when your kids are having a hard time separating, is this my mama or my homegirl? Is this my daddy or my homeboy? You lose your child. You want to kick it. You got kids, you can't be kicking it. Come on, y'all looking at me. You can't go out like that. You can't party like that. Now, y'all probably saying to say, well, I'm grown. You can't tell me what to do. I'm just trying to help you out. You after all this over, you do what you want. I'm just telling you that this is what, if you think that this girl is the only one who feels that way, you sadly mistaken. And the problem is some of us want to be our kids' friends too much. I understand, trust me, I get it, you know. You want to have fun. Look here, let me tell you something. When you had kids, fun over. Kicking it, them days kicking it's over. I don't care if your kid is 2, 18, guess what? They still need you. They still want their mama or their daddy. They don't want to hear, if they're teenagers, they don't want to hear, I'm going out for a few hours. They want to know, well, how come you ain't hanging out with me? Come on. You can't, well, I highly believe you can't be a parent and still want to hang and kick and party. I ain't saying you can't have a good time. That's not what I'm saying. There is a such thing as going overboard with it, though. And your kids know. These kids, listen, our kids are smarter than what you think. From elementary to high, these kids are smart. They ain't stupid. They know the goings-ons. And you have to be careful that when you are still trying to have fun, well, no, this is what we say. I deserve to have. I deserve to have a life too. You do. Guess what? Your kid is your first priority. Because as soon as they get an inkling that you are more concerned about that than them, you're going to lose them. You're going to have hell on your hands. And so when they're telling you, can we do something, or why are you, listen. How come you got to always do this with them? And how come when you do it, I want to hang with you too. But we want to just say, well, okay, they'll be okay. No, they're not going to be okay. Or they're not okay. And some of your kids, some of our kids are acting out because you want to still be young. You still want to do this, this, and this. Listen, I'm just going to be honest. Listen, I'm too tired. I ain't got that kind of energy, y'all. 10:30, I'm struggling. Holler back at me, somebody. You feel me? I ain't. I mean, 10:30 back in the day, I was getting dressed, get ready to go. Now I'm like, look, man, them days is over. I can't be kicking it. Too tired to even try it. But we have to be intentional in trying, well, no, be intentional in letting our kids know that we're there for them. Buying clothes for them, that ain't showing them nothing. That's what you're supposed to do. And by the way, let me just say this. You come out in public looking like $100, and you got your kid coming out looking like a penny. Something wrong with that picture. Your face all done and your kid coming nose running, and something wrong with that picture. Your hair right, but your hair ain't right, something wrong with that picture. Your clothes are ironed and theirs is wrinkled, something is wrong with that picture. And if you don't think that they don't know that, you sadly mistaken. Oh, you go shopping for you and you don't go shopping for them? You don't think they're right? Sadly mistaken. They know that stuff and it hurts them. And that's when you start to lose them. Even in church, I see it. I see it. I'm keeping it real with y'all. I ain't lying to y'all. I see it here. I see it here. At our church, I see it. And I can look at some of your kids' faces and tell that they're hurting. Now, we got this attitude, especially minorities, blacks. I don't know about the Hispanics, but y'all probably ain't too far behind. We got this attitude. They'll be all right. I'm grown. I don't owe them nothing. If I want to go buy me something and they just can't get nothing, that's just it. You want the finer things. So do they. I'm not trying to say give them everything they want. That's not what I'm saying. But God, dog. How you can look right and they can't, or they don't. All right, y'all talk to me because I got some more stuff. Y'all got some thoughts so far? Come on. Star got her hand up. Now look, we want to, yeah, go ahead. Come on, Star. There's some more stuff I want to talk about too. The mic's not on. Is it turned on? All right, I need y'all to be on it. Pay attention.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I wanted to say, when you were giving those percentages of the children that has been, abused, well, back when I used to be a police officer, like my last 13 years, that's what I did. I went around and talked to kids and did safety programs. And a lot of parents, they don't want, well, I'll say some parents, they don't want their kids to know a lot of things. And one time I got in trouble for saying the word rape, because I used to talk on that and stuff. And by the time I got back to the station, they had called on me and got in trouble because it was like they was trying to tell me in a certain area I could say it of the, of schools and stuff, and in certain areas I couldn't, and different things. But this one grandmother came in, and then I mentioned the word rape, and then also I was talking about a stranger grabbing a kid, and they came in on me, got me in trouble and everything because they said that I was keeping it like, you had my granddaughter having nightmares and everything. I said, but you know what? I said, if a stranger came up and tried to grab your child, I said, would your child go get in the car with them after my program?
Hold on, keep that thought. You're getting ahead of me, but keep that thought. Okay. No, you're okay, but okay. Just keep that thought, because I'm gonna get there. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
But anyway, I said, would they go get in the car with me? Jay said, no, because you had her. So I said, well, I did my job. I don't. That's what I wanted to do. I don't want her to go get in that car with that stranger. I said, so I did what you wanted me. But then the police department got on me about that, and I was like, okay, all right, I got you. I said, well, you know what? Long as mines know. Then that's good. But then, Pastor, when I got to a school, the very next day when I got to a school, do you know a 6-year-old come running up to me, Officer Starr, guess what? After my program, guess what? My little friend, she got raped. She told me. She said it. So you're right. They know more than we know.
Yeah, and let me, the days of having baby conversations is over. All this, you need to have some real conversations with your kids. Tell them what rape is. Tell them what the word is too. Yeah, rape, molestation, all that. Tell them. Because they know, listen, y'all, they know. They talk. All this crazy, they know. It's not like when we were younger, y'all. Them days are over. And it's scary that if we don't have these real conversations with our kids, someone's going to, and it's going to be the wrong someone that's going to have it. And you're going to have something on your hand. Anybody else want to jump in before I continue? Someone else got? No? Oh, okay, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that I think it's a good idea for parents to have code words with their children. Okay. For instance, y'all just choose a word that only you and your child know. Nobody else should know that word but you and your child. So in the event that something happens, you could tell your child, tell me the code word. And if they say that code word to you, you know that something is going on. The other thing is when your children do come to you, and I don't care who it is that they say has done something to them, believe them. Children don't speak out a lot of times because they don't believe that they're going to be believed. And do something. Don't just say, oh, well, baby, and hold them and all of that. Do something. Do something about it.
Let me jump real quick. This is right where I was about to go to next. 5% of sexual abuse cases or allegations were false. Only 5%. Only 5%. Now, when they come to you, you got to let them know, look here, this is serious stuff that you're telling me. You need to give me all the detail. And let them know that it's okay to do it. Now, here's the sad thing. Reason why some of them don't do it, a lot of times, well, it's family members, and a lot of times it's someone that mama's dating or daddy's dating. And here's the sad part about that, is that they shouldn't even have to be concerned of whether or not you're going to pick them over him or her. If your kid is concerned about whether or not you're going to believe them over, you already had a problem before. Your child should be able to come to you and be like, look, I don't care how much you love this guy, mama, he ain't touched me. He ain't touched me. Where he touched you? My butt. What do you mean he touched you? Look at here. Let me just say, I don't care if she say he grazed it. You touched her. We ain't having a conversation. Pack your stuff. That's it. Because guess what? If you give that joker, male or female, a chance, one pass, they're going to do it again. And your daughter or your son is not going to tell you the next time it happens. Uncle Walt? Boy. I need another mic.
You know, what we need to understand, my baby child is 21. Mm-hmm. She can talk to me about anything. Mm-hmm. My oldest is 51. Mm-hmm. She can talk to me about anything. Mm-hmm. That's the key to the whole thing. Mm-hmm. If your child is afraid to talk to you, mm-hmm. then they're not going to tell you nothing.
Of course, that's right.
And especially something that's bad.
Yes.
If they can't talk to you about simple stuff, they're not going to talk to you about something that they're afraid they're going to get in trouble about.
Yeah. You know, referring to the R. Kelly thing, those girls that got caught up with him when they were teenagers, they ain't tell their mamas and daddy. One girl says she was telling her mama she was going to school and getting picked up and hanging out with him. Now, forget the fact that he's a celebrity. There was a disconnect, period. Y'all hear what I just said? There was already a disconnect. The fact that she couldn't even just tell her mama, look, this R. Kelly, you know. Yeah, because she didn't want to. Why? Because probably the mama was probably going to act a plumb fool. Now, granted, yeah, as parents, we probably would be like, no, you ain't finna do it. But they should not be that scared. There should not be fear put in our kids. They should feel like they can talk to you about anything. And if they can't, something is wrong. Something really, really wrong. Okay. I want to deal with this part now. Kids are naive, but parents are too. I tell Janae, because she's elementary, you know, and she'll come up to me after school, you know, so-and-so wants me to come to their house, play and all, you know, and she don't know no better. And I tell her flat out, no. And not just no, because this is what we say, no, not because I said no, but I give her an explanation. No, because I don't know her mama and daddy. You know, we like to say, well, can I go to my friend's house? No. Why? Because I said so. That ain't good. Explain to them why. No, and I tell her, daddy's job is to protect you. And I don't know them like that. Just because, and here's the thing, just because their friends look happy at school, don't mean they're happy at home. That goes not just for elementary, they go all the way up to high school too. Just because your boy or your girl may seem like they cool at school, you don't know what's happening inside that house. And sometimes as parents, we just too quick to just let our kids just hang out with anybody. Well, they're having a sleepover. Good. You not. Don't even pick a pillow. Blanket, you ain't going. I tell her flat out, this your sleepover. 8926 Timber Park. You're not doing it. But we do that too much. Watch this. Watch this. It goes for kids and teenagers. You know why? Because guess what? We get a break. Okay. All right. Okay. See, y'all. That's what I mean. Y'all don't want to hear all this tonight. No. yeah, you can go spend the night over at so-and-so house. You can go hang out over at so-and-so's, elementary or teenage, don't matter, because then that way you can go get you can kick it. Girl, I got a free night. Man, I got a free night. What the kids say? Shoo, they gone. What you want to do? And while you doing your stuff, you don't know what the hell happening to your kids. Because you want to kick it because you get a free night. Listen, I don't want one free night knowing that here it is, I had to have a free night and now I got to deal with my daughter who's messed up for the rest of her life, and I got to deal with that too. Because you want to kick it. Sometimes you just got to tell your partners, can't happen. New Edition said, I want to be with my girlfriend. What? You got to count me out. You got to count me out. Sometimes you got to tell your friends, no, I'm going to have some time with my kids. Because guess what? If you don't show it to them, somebody going to show it to them. They're going to reach out to get attention from somewhere. Somebody's going to show them some love. Someone's going to show them that they care about them. Well, I think you're special. Yeah, they're going to get it from somewhere. But we so naive, y'all. I'm serious. We gullible too. We meet a parent and like, oh yeah, they cool. Oh, she's really nice. Got a good vibe from her. My spirit is. Y'all say it, come on. She seem okay. They seem all right. And here's the sad thing. This is why I'm saying this, y'all, that we have to be careful with that. Because they say they spend the night. You don't know what they adult, male or female, is into. They've been to pick them up, talking about they going somewhere, and you don't see them no more. You know how it is when they spend the night at their friend's house and they say, well, her uncle wants to take us up. No. Her auntie wants to take us. No. I'm coming. I'm coming to pick you up right now. Pop up too. You know, I'm going to say this. Right? Every once in a while, I think you ought to lie to your kids. Tell them you going out for about 5 hours and come back in about an hour and a half just to see what's happening. Okay, y'all ain't. Come on now, come on. You got to play the game with them. Real talk, I'm going to catch you off guard. Heck going on up in here. Pop up. Show up unannounced. I need to see, look at here, I'm coming inside the house. I want to meet mama and daddy. I want that mom and daddy to know that, look here, I am coming over here at any time. If it's 2 o'clock in the morning, be prepared for me to ring on your doorbell. I want to know where is she sleeping. You got to lie to him and then ask the Lord forgive you. He understand. Look, you know why I lied. You got to do it like that sometimes. You got to lie to him. Catch him off guard. Don't let him know. When you come out of school and they get off of school, just pop up one day. They running around, they breathing real heavy, hyperventilating, they done something, they ain't got no business. Okay, thanks. Okay. Okay, thanks. Got it. Right on. Good. Yeah, you pop up on them after school. I just told y'all a lot of stuff happening after school. Y'all ain't paying attention. Richard, you want to say something? And then Richard and anybody else got something, jump in.
Now, I was going to say, when you're talking about the spending over part, spending the night part, you know, one of the things that we pressed upon with our daughters is, especially because they had a lot of friends that had single parent mothers, and one of the things that we will always say, if they have the boyfriend or whatever coming over, you call us and let us know because we coming to get you. There ain't gonna be no, the mama was supposed to be there and then the boyfriend show up. No.
Yeah.
That was a part of the party.
Yeah, see, one thing that our kids don't do, they don't tell us the whole story.
Yeah. And daddies need to make sure that if they do have a father, that they go and make sure they make themselves known to that man.
Yeah.
And let him know, hey, this is my daughter. I want to make sure she's safe.
Yeah. Look here, I'm gonna tell you right now. There's a handful of people that I let Janae hang with. Oh, look, I'm for real. And if I let you, you better believe I trust you. You too. Your kids should not be at everyone's house. Even if they do treat them right, I don't care. They should not be in everybody's house. All it takes is for one person, because look, every family got one that ain't right. I ain't trying to say they abuse her. That ain't what I'm talking about. Every family member got one family member that just ain't right. You the one. No, I'm just playing. I'm just messing with you. Anybody else want to jump in real quick? We got hands up over it. Go ahead.
No,
then,
I was going to say.
And then, Roy, you got your hand up too, Roy? Okay, go ahead.
One time, Rashawn had one of his friends' mother. She went out of town, and she left her teenage boy at home, and she knew she left him at home without being supervised or anything. And I got over there. They was having them a big old party. He didn't want me to come pick him up. And I knew something wasn't right. I got over there, they having them a party. And they are teenagers, like 8th and 9th grade. And I mean, people coming out of the garage, everything, and they stopping me at the door. And I was working in. I went right on through the door, closed down the party, everything, and I said, give me your mother's number. And I had to call the mother and everything. And she knew. She had left. She said she didn't think he would do that or anything. I said, well, he did. And he had a whole bunch of people up in your house.
Right. Look, who else had their hand up? Yes, ma'am, and then Roy. I hope this helped. Y'all good so far? Okay.
You also have to watch for if you get a babysitter.
Oh, yeah.
Even if it's an older babysitter, because my children were in elementary. I had left them for a while. But when my kids would tell me everything, and she would invite her boyfriend over while I had left her. But that didn't last long once I heard. And then my daughter would tell me, oh yeah, Mom, she's in your room trying on your clothes and your jewelry and all that.
Yeah.
So you gotta watch who you get as a babysitter.
Yeah. And I've said this before in sermons, but it's the truth though, and I believe this, our kids should not even remotely look like Charlie Brown. Y'all understand? Y'all understand? You never saw Charlie Brown's parents. Come on. Y'all watch Charlie Brown? Raise your hand. You ever see Charlie Brown parents? I ain't never seen Charlie Brown parents. Our kids should not even remotely look like Charlie Brown. Look, can I keep it real with you? I don't care if your kid is a teenager. I'm just, you do what you want to do. Your kids, teenagers shouldn't be kicking it and having the house to themselves for no weekend. They should not be at home by themselves for a weekend. Oh, what happens? Y'all look at them like I'm talking crazy. Y'all know what happens. It may not happen with you, but I know what happens. I don't care if it's mom and daddy, or if it's just daddy, or if it's just both parents. Your kids shouldn't be home by themselves for a weekend. No way. You can't tell me. Because look here, I'm going to say this. Even if you got several kids, I just use me and my brother for example. Me and Dean, we twins, right? I know, we both know, Mom don't want nobody up in the house in the weekend. My best friends, they come by, but y'all don't understand what I'm saying. Look here, if I want to kick it, I'm bribing Dean. Name your price. Don't tell Mom. I'll do whatever you need me to do. Just let me have this thing going. If you don't think that don't happen in your house, you say, let me say. Go. I told y'all we gonna talk for real. We ain't playing around. But here's the dangerous part about that. Hypothetically speaking, let's just say you go away for a weekend and the kids is there for the weekend by themselves. They done had some party go on around, right? They just think it's innocent. But little do they know while the party is going on, somebody in the back room getting raped. Then the police knocking on your door, asking you what happened. You like, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, but there was a party at your house and we have reports that there was a rape that took place in your house. Then you in trouble. Where were you? Why were your underage kids at home by themselves? On top of the fact that you got to deal with this allegation of whoever was in the back room getting down. It happens. Okay. Roy, I'm sorry. I'll go out too. And then who else? Derek? Okay.
No, it just goes with what you just said. To me, I think building a rapport for the kids to tell the truth at all times.
All times.
At all times, regardless of whether it's small. I mean, everybody does it. I tell little white lies every now and then, but it helps.
Ain't no white lie. Number one, you ain't white.
That's a bad one. Yeah, that's a bad one.
Number two, it's a lie. You not even close to white. You. Wakanda.
But it does help. It does help the whole situation if something happens and you saying something and your parent, you come to your parents and your parents is like, well, what's going on? You know, you've done this before. Are you telling me the truth? Or vice versa. Just always tell the truth with your parents, especially with your parents. Always tell the truth. Wow. It makes everything go a lot easier. Speak the truth.
Speak the truth. That's right. That's right. That's why y'all hear that, kids? Tell the truth. The only way, and this is for the kids that are here, teenagers, little kids, the only way your parents can ever protect you is if you always be honest. If you did it, and you know it, just say you did it. Just say you did it. That's it. Who? Derek, and then Pam. Oh, Uncle Walt, and then Pam got her. Pam, you have your hand up? Okay, so Derek and then Uncle Walt.
I was just going to say that when I was in Germany in '92, there was a young lady that met a guy on Black Planet. And some of y'all that's old as me, y'all remember Black Planet. So when met him on Black Planet in Germany, the guy was in the States. She left her kid in the house and flew back to the States to meet the guy. And the kid ended up dying because the kid ran out of food. And so it was in the housing area, and the people were hearing the baby crying, or the child crying and crying and crying, but nobody went to the door.
Right.
People, they don't want to get involved.
Yes.
But they found out the young lady had went to the States to go meet this guy, and the child ended up dying. And that was a big thing in Germany. That she just left her child to meet a guy, and the child was left unattended for an entire weekend. The child was a toddler. The child was like 7.
Wow. Wow. Who else? Uncle Walt and then Pam. Go ahead, Uncle Walt.
Well, and you know this, Pastor.
Uh-huh.
My youngest was in the 11th grade in high school. And I travel a lot. I go back and forth. Sometimes I'm only gone for a weekend, that's it. Unbeknownst to her, I already got somebody to do a drive-by. My niece, and Lonnie knows this story.
Yeah. Well, let me say, I appreciate you being open and sharing it. Go ahead. I appreciate it.
So I go to California for the weekend and I come back. Herschel meets me at the airport. They got a story. Well, Paulette had called me in California and told me before I came back. She went by the house today and they're having a party.
Yeah.
I mean a party. They smoking weed, they having a good time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, you know.
Yeah. Hold on. And not only that, y'all laughing, this real talk. And some boy drove his car.
Yeah. Yeah. They drove my car. Yeah. You know. So when I get back, you know, I confront her. And she admits everything because she couldn't lie. She's caught, you know. But like I say, she can talk to me and tell me anything. She's not afraid to talk to me and tell me anything. We have that kind of rapport. But thinking that I'm out of town, you know, she can do something and ain't gonna be caught.
Right.
But I would never leave her there by herself at that age unless I got somebody gonna check on her.
Right. Pam?
I was just gonna say to the kids, when we as parents tell you that you can't do something or you can't go somewhere, it's not that we don't trust you, it's just we know what the world is about. And we know how people are out here, so it's from a protective place. So it's not, you know, I know you guys get upset sometimes, you don't understand it, but it's because there's a lot that maybe we have been there, done that. So we know already. Because I don't allow my kids to just go anywhere. I'm very particular and I'm very protective. And I just don't allow it. And they don't understand all the time, but it's because I've been there, I've done that. A lot of things that I've experienced and seen. And just to know how things are now compared to when I was growing up, you can't trust nobody.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Right. Yeah.
And so it's not that we don't trust you, it's because we're protecting you from what we know can be.
Right. I'm going to say it differently. I don't trust you. Real talk. No, I'm just being honest. You know why I'm saying that? Because if I trusted you, she'd be there. I don't trust you. Not like that. Now, y'all probably think that's wrong. No, it ain't, because you shouldn't trust everybody. You crazy if you trust everybody. Something wrong with you. I need some money. I'll talk to you since you trust. You good to get hustled. That's real talk. Oh, go ahead, Mom. And then, go ahead.
You know, we're talking about not trusting other people. We cannot trust mom and dads.
Yeah.
Let's be for real.
Yeah, that's true.
There are dads who molest their own children.
Yeah, that's
There
right.
are mothers, believe it or not,
Yeah.
who molest their own children.
Yeah.
I have a dear friend of mine, I consider a sister, living in Florida right now. She was molested and raped by her father. And when she told her mother, the mother didn't believe her at first. And it caused a big rift in the family. Finally, she decided to go to the police and report it. And when she did, because of the trauma, that mother went dumb. She no longer spoke. It was that traumatic to her. So, you know, we also have to be very careful, as I said, even with mom and dads.
Yeah,
You know, I
that's
worked
true.
at the jail and I heard stories, you know, from some people who would allow men, they would sell their children to the men for the dope.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
you know, have your children so they have someone, period, that they can go to and talk to and let them know what has occurred.
Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, kind of what you were saying earlier, like, well, I was gonna say, first off, like the internet is a dangerous place.
Very dangerous.
And like
Very.
you were saying earlier, you know, sometimes you don't, as a parent, you don't know who your kid is talking to. Sometimes the kid don't know who they're talking to. It could be somebody who's portraying a totally different person. And then I was also going to state, I mean, right now I'm not a parent, I don't have kids yet, but like when I was younger, like my mom, she was always like 2 steps ahead. And like whenever I had a friend I wanted to stay the night, she had to meet the parents, she had to go over to the house, check the house out, make sure everything is right before she gave me the okay. And like as a kid, I was like, man, like my mama is strict. Like why my mama so strict? And everybody else mom kind of strict, you know, or they let them get away with things. But as I got older and I realized how crazy the world is, I was thankful to have a mom like that. To look
beyond. Yeah,
like that.
Look, y'all. I say it every time I do baby dedication. I see Tamika. Make sure she gets some mic. Look, your children are your blessing. That's what the Bible says. The Bible says that having a child is a blessing, and you are to take care of that blessing. And man, I really don't care what folks say about me. When it comes to my child, yeah, you overly protective. Sure am. You're dang right I am. She's not just gonna be running around just everywhere. That ain't finna happen. Nah, who? Okay, hand over here, and then someone else over there. Tamika got. Oh, then Richard. You want to say something too, Richard?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let her go first, and then you. Okay, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, because I started my children when they were, I mean, very small. I would tell them, you don't let nobody touch you, not even mommy, daddy, or your brothers, or an adult, period. And even when you go to the doctor, I said, as an adult will be with you, your mom or dad, or once you got to be like 15, 16, where even then they wanted some privacy, I said I will be around the curtain while he has to do, or he'll have somebody in there with him too, but I will be in that same room too.
Yeah.
Just behind the curtain.
Behind the curtain.
But
like the Wizard of Oz, behind the curtain.
But I explained to my kids everything. You don't let nobody touch you.
That's right.
Once you hit a certain age where you go to the bathroom on your own, then you close that door.
Yeah.
And then you don't
That's
let
right.
nobody see you. And
No
you
one
don't walk
see you.
around with underwear just walking around either.
No.
Because mommy and daddy don't walk with
you
underwear
don't need to see
around.
nothing.
Yeah.
I tell Janae, get out. That's real talk. I tell her, no, you don't need to be in here. You understand. I hope you understand. Tamika. Oh, Richard, then Tamika.
No, I was going to say, especially for the teenagers, you know, I grew up in New York, Brooklyn, New York, in a grimy area growing up. And I would tell you, as teenagers, I see some girls do some trifling stuff to even set up their friends. You talking about R. Kelly. I mean, just to conjure their friends to come with them to go to parties or hang out with older guys, drug dealers and things of that nature, and they get taken advantage of, not realizing that was going to happen. So as teenagers, you got to be careful who you pick as your friends.
Oh, yeah.
Because they will set you up.
Yeah, they will.
You will get set up.
Yeah, you will. While you're giving Tamika the mic, you know, one more thing before, 'cause I keep on wanting to say this. You know, I'm telling us to be careful about letting our kids go to people's houses, but you be careful what kids come to your house. Look at here. Janae, she's girl, so guess what? I don't try to spend a whole lot of time with her and her little friends when they come over. I'll talk to them, hey, how you doing, kicking in, he and all laughing. You know, little Kayla come by, she walk in, I always ask her if she got some money, because lights pay you up in my house. I tell her all the time, nah, too, so you got some money? But no, I'm serious, because you gotta be careful. As a male, you should not be spending a whole lot of time with them little girls. And as a female, you should not be spending a whole lot of time with them little boys. You shouldn't. Because here's the problem, watch this. You may never do nothing. You won't do nothing, dang it. You won't do anything, right? But they could be getting abused at home. Someone confront them. They won't tell on the person that's actually doing it. They'll say, I just went to Mr. Oscar's house the other day, and Mr. Oscar did this to me. And it's going to be hard to Oscar to get out of it because now the other little girls are going to say, yeah, Mr. Oscar, he was around us quite a bit. Okay, y'all didn't catch what I just... Are y'all feeling what I'm saying? You don't be getting too cozy with them like that. Because they got little imaginations too. And guess what? Here go the big way, and we all guilty of this when we were a little kid. There was always that mama that day that we had a crush on. Okay. Y'all not going to sit here and tell me that there was not somebody's mama and daddy when you were younger that you said, man, she's pretty. He's nice looking. Okay, some of y'all didn't. Some of y'all in here know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't play. And then when you got older, you told your friends, man, remember Mrs. So-and-so? She was fine, wasn't she? Man, okay. See, y'all laugh. I'm being for real. It's the truth. We did it with our teachers. There was that teacher that you said, dang. Male or female? Yeah, you did. Okay, ladies, I know guys did. Y'all did too. Thank y'all. At least someone keeping it honest with me. Shoot, y'all looking at me like I'm talking crazy. I'm keeping it real tonight. It's the truth. Go ahead, Tamika, because they ain't feeling me now.
I understand, Pastor. I understand. But I was thinking about what Pam said. You know, sometimes as parents, it's a job. It's a job. And sometimes as parents, when we say no, sometimes we don't know why we saying no, but we know that it's no.
Yes.
And that's sometimes what kids need to understand, because like sometimes my kids are like, well, why can't I do this? Why can't? So it's the way if it's a certain feeling. If I feel that certain, it's just no, honey. I can't explain it to you all the time, but it's no. And sometimes you may not even understand it if I do explain it to you, because you're not a parent. And when you become a parent, you step into something different.
Yeah, that's right.
And then not only that, but as far as going over, that's one thing with my kids. I don't like them hanging out with stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm particular about who comes to my house too, because kids and adults carry spirits.
Yes, they do.
And so you have to be careful about that. And not only that, but you may know that friend, like you said, but you don't know who they know in that house.
Yep.
Just because they looking all good and stuff like that, they know people too. And sometimes I don't care if I did meet your mama and your daddy.
I still don't give you a pass.
I still don't want to be fooling with you like
exactly. That don't give you the green light.
Don't matter.
Exactly. That's right. Joanne, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, not even just little girls coming to spend a night. Well, excuse me, let me start over. You actually have to watch out for girls now coming to spend night over girls' houses, and boys coming to spend night with little boys.
Yeah, because some stuff going down,
yeah. And then it also no longer takes kids to go outside the house anymore, because their phone, they have more access to not just the people at school now, but people all over the world that they could talk to. So they could talk to this person for a month, and then a week or two, they'd be ready to go meet this person and be gone forever.
Yep.
So you also have to watch who they're talking to online, in their rooms, doors closed, and all that great stuff.
Yep, that's right. That's right. I'm gonna hurry up.
Pastor, we have a comment from online.
Okay, from online.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we're all fancy. We have a comment from online.
Devin said, also watch your older kids when the little ones come over too.
Watch your older. Oh,
watch the older kids when the little ones come over too.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And you know, going to the R. Kelly thing, you know, his older sister abused him. Yeah, his older sister. Yeah. Sakina?
I was going to say, when my kids was young, I didn't really like them going nowhere, so I used to always have a lot of kids coming over my house, and it was a time this one little girl, she almost lived with us. I'm like, are you going home? You know what I'm saying? When you going to go home? And also, you know, we got to be careful where our kids go, but we got to, as adults, you got to be careful of your friends that you got coming over your house. If your house is the party house all the time, you got to pump a bunch of people at your house, and y'all smoking and drinking and doing all kind of stuff. Your kids are liable then because you got so many people coming in your house, and you can't pay attention what's going on.
Right, and yeah, and they looking at your daughters and your sons. Yeah, Dottie, boy, y'all ready now? Y'all done warmed. I done got y'all revved up. Dottie, and then Star, and then Pam, and then Bonita, and another one online. Okay, boy, we are really moving up. I feel like I'm on like Tom Brokaw at one of them presidential debates. There is a question online. Go ahead, Dottie.
So when I was in elementary, it was a family that my parents used to send me to babysit me. Mm-hmm. They had 4 kids. 3 of the kids used to molest me. So
used to molest you?
Molest me.
Okay.
3 of them.
Wow.
And so I never told my parents, you know, because I was one of those that they wouldn't believe me or, you know, whatever. Actually, at one point, I tried to tell my mom, but she wasn't hearing it. I didn't tell her that they molested me, but I told them I don't want to go over there ever again. I never told them why, but they continued to make me go. So I continued to get molested.
Wow.
So as I grew up and I had children of my own, I said I would always protect them from that. And everything that we're talking about tonight, you know, the parents not letting them go anywhere. My kids couldn't do nothing. They couldn't go nowhere. You're not spending the night, you know, and once they got older and I started letting them do it a little bit, you know, I had to meet the parents. I had to go over there. I would call them. I would ask them questions. Do you know the mama? Do you know the daddy? Do you feel safe? You know, and so when you say you talk to your children and you want your children to trust you, you really have to be sincere and you have to be committed. Because if they come to you with some dumb stuff or something crazy, you have to let them be open. You have to talk to them about everything. And I talk to my kids about everything.
Wow.
Everything.
Good.
And so when my middle daughter went to college, you know, I said, you can tell mama anything. I always say that to all my kids. You can tell mama anything. I don't care what it is. Either myself or your daddy have already been through it and we can help you with this. So when my middle daughter went to college, she went buck wild. I mean, I didn't expect this to happen. You know, all the things that she did, I did not expect it from this one. My youngest one, yeah, because she like me, you know, she a mess like I am. But the middle one, I didn't expect it, you know. But she blessed my heart because when she came home after her first semester, she was like, Mommy, we need to talk. You told me I can tell you anything. And I said, yes, baby, what's up? Woo, some of the stuff she told me, I didn't want to hear it, but I listened to her anyway. Right. And I loved her through it, and I gave her mama's advice. And, you know, you discipline them. I tell them, I say, just because you tell me, you know, stuff that you did. That don't give you a pass. That don't give you a pass. Right. You know, I still might knock you out or choke you out or whatever has to be done, but I'm going to love you after you wake up.
Good. Wow, after you wake up. Who had their hand? Who? Go ahead, Star, and who? Someone else. We got quite a bit of hands, so it's getting late, so we got to make sure y'all say what y'all got to say, make it quick. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say about little girls going and always sitting in men's lap. You know, I had to, it was a time where when I was dating my kids' father, my cousin, she used to always come over. She wasn't raised by her mom, by her dad, so they didn't know nothing about, you know, about that. And I had to get on her one time about coming over and sitting on trying to sit on his lap and all that stuff. And they got real angry and mad at me, you know, and everything. But I was trying to explain to my uncle that you don't let little girls do that. You know, on each part, it might be innocent. On, you know, the man's part, he might not be, you know, on nothing like that, or the kid may not be, but one of them may be. You know, and so you can't do that. Little girls should never, ever go sit on men's laps.
Yeah, no. Bonita.
Oh, boys.
Oh, boy, yeah. Bonita, you got your hand up? Okay, go ahead. We got Mike, and then I'm going to go to Maria, and then Pam again. And then after Bonita, give me the online thing, and then I'll get to the other ones. Go ahead.
So right now, my family is going through, we have a cousin who, her daughter had accused her husband of exposing himself and touching her at a young age. She is now 20, I want to say 24, 25, and recently at Thanksgiving she had an outburst because the husband is still there. The mom doesn't believe her. And what's hard is us as the family, we're like, we want to feel for her. We want to, you know, and this is our cousin's husband, and like, I don't know who to believe. And that's with all of the family. So now the family is kind of, at this time, she's older. This was happening when she was 17. She's in her 20s. And the family still, when we get together, we're all tense because either she doesn't come around as much anymore. She kind of disowned everybody, and then she came back. And she's like, you all don't believe me. And I'm like, I believe you. I don't know what to do. Like, her mother does not, says like she lies, she does that. And she, you know, of course that also, something like that will cause her to act out, and so she's blaming that. But us as a family, I don't know what to do. And when she's with me, and I talk with her or whatever, and she asks me, do you believe me? And I'm like, I look in her eyes and I'm like, I believe you, but yet I have went back and been at a function with him. So, and I look at him and I'm just like, if you did it, like, you know, and we haven't personally talked to him because this is your husband. They two, you know, either she's saying she doesn't believe her own daughter. And so all of the family, we're just like, I don't know what to do.
So is that her biological father?
No.
Oh, well then.
It's her husband. So she raised, you know, he came into the kids' lives when she was, I think she was like 13, she was 13 or whatever, and maybe 14, and she was well developed and stuff like that. And I don't know. She said that he, you know, it was a few instances when it happened. I found out, of course, later. And so now, like I said, last Thanksgiving, the whole family, she just busted out. And she was like, everybody here is here with this man. And nobody believes me. And, you know, and we all, like, went into shock, like, and I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I don't.
You check on her and talk to her as much as you can. Because she's
like
lonely. She's got to be very lonely.
Yeah, so she's distancing herself from her mom, of course. Wow. But she's starting to talk with the rest of the family. And she sticks by her everything. Wow. Details. She can give details, everything. And it's just like.
That's crazy.
Okay.
That's crazy.
So like crazy. For the family, it's like, yes, we have to support, you know, the child. We have to support, you know, the person who is involved, but like I don't know what to do. Like when I go to, like, it's like, okay, well then I won't go to any family functions, but I want to.
We're gonna pray about that. Yeah. Online, and then let me get Maria and then Pam. Go ahead.
Okay, we had a comment that said make sure you follow your kids on social media.
Who's that?
That was from Devin.
Okay.
Cedric said, preach. Y'all give
Cedric?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said, y'all sharing some good nuggets tonight. Hawk said.
Hawk.
Yeah. Hawk asked, did you miss him? He said, I'm going to love you after you wake up is a classic. And we also got a comment about got to watch out for teachers, coaches, and extracurricular people like band and other activities like that.
Yeah. Don't be. I'm glad they brought that up too. Cause look here, if there's a coach or a teacher who just insists on wanting to pick your kids up for stuff, for games, and pick them up, you need to keep them away. If you they a little bit too friendly, I'll pick them up. No, last week was enough. 2 weeks was enough. You wanted to spend too much time with them. You gotta be careful with that. Okay, Bonita. Okay, I promise her. Yeah, go ahead. Give it Bonita real quick, and then Maria, because I just let you talk. I must mess with you. Go ahead.
One more thing really quick. So like with that, like I follow my daughter on social media, and I don't want to come down on her because she posts some stuff and some things go on, and I try to talk to her about, like, you can't do that because it doesn't go away. You know, I'm looking at this, and you doing this for your friends or doing this for the gram, but people can see this and people will judge you, and this stuff does not go away. And how would you like when you say your friend does it and it looks horrible, but you're doing it and it's okay? It's not okay.
It's not okay.
And I don't want to be down on her where she don't tell me, you know, she won't tell me anything, or she starts to hide, so I kind of back off. But a lot of times I go on and I'm like, oh my God. And with that, I don't know what to do either.
Yeah, she's hurt. She hurt, so she's looking for love.
So kind of based on what that, I mean, being a parent of a teen now, it's a different set of problems that you get, and I'm trying to get, like, loosening the reins, but not enough because she's a junior now. So at some point, parents have to let go. So it's that struggle of what to do. Well, Novely asked me the other day if she could drive to Austin with her newly licensed friend in the car. I'm like, right? Like, I was like rolling. I'm like, you're crazy. But so I end up being the mom that takes the friends everywhere, and it just blows my mind that sometimes I pick up her friends and parents don't come out. They don't come meet me, even though I'm a woman. Like, how do you know I don't heavily drink?
Yes.
How do you know I'm gonna?
Yes.
You know, I don't know. So
it's crazy. Too trustworthy. That's what I'm saying. Naive.
Right.
As parents, we are. Pam.
Another thing that
I see you, baby.
That I see sometimes is letting our kids go to the bathroom by themselves.
Oh gosh, yes.
And not knowing, you know, what's on the other side of that door when they get in there. And also understanding the difference as far as, like, I had an older cousin that was, you know, trying to do the same things with me too. As far as, like, the whole touchy-feely type stuff, but it was in a joke. It was like almost like he was doing it in a jokingly way, to where I didn't understand that it wasn't, you know, wasn't right. So even knowing, you know, that nobody should be playing with you like that. Nobody should be playing with you like that. Nobody should, you know, it shouldn't happen, period.
Yeah.
And also, even when you do call yourself having this boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, if you do get to that point, because like you said, as a parent, you can say and you can try and instill and do so much. You can do as much as you can, but if you're getting to that point, even if you crossing that line of going into sex, at the point you say no, that's it. If they keep going, it takes it to a whole nother side. It's rape at that point. Because I went through that too. So it's just knowing what you say no means no.
No
I don't
means
care
no.
what point and stage you in. No means no.
That's right.
It should never be a joke or a playful thing with being touched on, felt on, made feel uncomfortable. No way, shape, or form. That's
right.
why I am as strict as I am with mine now.
I feel you.
Y'all not going nowhere. Y'all ain't being with nobody. Y'all ain't hanging out.
I'm with you. I'm gonna go ahead, and then I want to say something. I want y'all to see this video real quick. Get the video ready for me. Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like you also should trust, like, just because you trust their parents don't mean you should trust their kids. Because my mama trusts a neighbor, and, like, he showed me himself, like, jokingly, but he put it on the gummy worm when I was like.
He did what?
Like.
What? Say it again. I didn't hear you. He did what? He showed you himself, and did what?
Like, it was like, I think I was like 11.
Okay.
And he put the gummy worm on his, you know, his thing. And, like, you know.
He exposed himself. Okay.
And he tried to make me get
Huh?
the gummy worm off his thing.
Oh, okay.
He's like, you want some candy? I'm like, yeah. And then, you know, they told everybody, we let that pass. And then I was like 18, and touch me. And then my auntie was like, what did you have on?
See, yeah.
And I was like,
yeah,
what?
see, yeah.
What you mean?
Yep.
What I
Yep.
got on. It don't matter what I got on. You should not be touching me regardless.
Right.
Like,
Right.
what you mean? Like, that don't make no sense to me.
Wow. So you dealt with that. How old are you now? 23. So that wasn't that long ago. Wow. Wow. That's something else. Wow. Real quick, 'cause I want to share this video real quick. Especially those of us who have little kids, or even those, whether you're a big sister, big brother, whatever. And I think you touched on it, Pam. When you have little kids, stop just letting your kids just run off away from you. This is what I mean. You know, and then you'll see in a minute, when we take our kids to like indoor parties, you know, jumping things and all that, that is a pedophile's playground. They are ready to get your kids. And well, just show the video real quick, and then I'm gonna talk about it. Show both of them real quick. I watched this today, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. Can you make it big? Turn it up, so I want them to hear that. Just push pause and make sure y'all I want them to hear all of this.
With Emily, and Emily is concerned that her husband's not paying attention to her child at the park because he's always texting on his phone and making phone calls and doing work through his cell phone. So we're going to be going to the park today to stalk him, see if we catch him on his phone, and then go try to abduct the child. So what do you think will happen when we go?
I think it's possible if you call him over, he's going to come and his father's not going to be paying attention. So you definitely have a chance of scooping him up.
Look, he's texting. I'm going to go now. More candy? Let's go. Want some more candy? Yeah? You come, yo. We'll get more. Let's go. Oh my God. Over here. More candy.
You're sitting there on the phone, not paying attention?
Yes, where is he?
That's because you're not paying attention to him. Where'd he go? Josh! We set you up because I knew you don't pay attention when you have your son.
Please, go on. We set you up. I saw you texting, so I abducted him with some candy. You know to keep an eye on him? Because it was just like that. I abducted him and took 10 seconds. As you can see from this video, it's very easy to abduct a child, and when you're not paying attention, they can get abducted just like this. So please pay attention, please drop this video a like, and share it because it could possibly save a life.
Show next one, please. Got the next one?
I used to work on an ice cream truck one summer, and the one thing I realized is a lot of times children would come over to the truck with no adult supervision. So I'm going to put it to the test today to see how easy it could be to abduct a child using an ice cream truck. What's up? What can I get you?
Can I have a vanilla?
A vanilla?
Yeah.
I got like a lot of vanilla in the freezer. If you want, I can just give it to you for free.
Alright.
You gotta come in though. You gotta. You guys want ice cream?
Yeah.
What kind of ice cream do you want?
SpongeBob. SpongeBob.
You want me to give you a lot of ice cream for free? Yeah? You gotta come on the truck though. You wanna come on the truck? You get it? Alright, one second. I got ice cream in the back. For free, a lot of ice cream. What's up? Wait, I only got a few of them. I only got the SpongeBob, shots, and the pop-ups.
I have the SpongeBob.
Alright.
Oh, SpongeBob too.
Alright, 2 SpongeBobs?
Yep.
Yeah, I got them in the back. Do you want to come and get them yourself? I got a bunch of them.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Alright. So here you go, guys.
Thank you.
They're free.
Okay.
You guys good? What's up?
Do you guys have chocolate?
Yeah, I got the cone, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to make it yourself? Because I only have it, like, I can't do it. But you can come in and make it yourself if you want. Yeah, you want to come in?
Hi.
Hello.
Can I get a strawberry shortcake?
What do you want?
Chocolate chip.
If you guys want, I can give you guys like a big ice cream sandwich for free. You want that? You guys just come in the truck and you get it yourself. I made this video to show you how gullible some children are. Always keep an eye on your kids. I'm Joey Salads. Are your children safe?
Okay, I just want to show y'all those 2 videos. Now, if that, as a parent, if you got little kids, that don't get you your attention, something wrong. And now that man had a cell phone, but you ain't gotta have a cell phone when you start engaging in conversation with other adults and your kids are out there running around. It take 1 second, as you saw. And he don't even have to entice them with candy. They can just run up, grab them, and that's it. Follow your kids. Wherever they go, you go. They need to see, because look here, one thing, I want to say, you know, even at them little jumping places, them people that are working, they working, but they ain't working like you gonna work your kids. They're there to make sure all the kids are safe and all that kind of stuff, you know, making sure no one's fighting on this, but they ain't watch them like how you gonna watch them. Get up. You and your friend can walk around and talk and follow them. That stuff about, well, they in a group. That don't matter. All I need is one. I don't need the whole group. Give me one of them out that group. That's all they want. But as parents, like, again, naive, let our kids just go up to the ice cream truck. No parent, Charlie Brown. They walk up there, no parent. Let them walk out and walked inside that ice cream truck, anything could happen to them kids. Could have been violated just like that and then sent back home. Stop just assuming, oh, they'll be okay. You don't know that. You don't know that. Who with their hand up? Oh, we got to hurry up. Tony, and then Katrina, and what's your name?
Hey.
You.
Hey, that's mine.
Go ahead, Tony.
You know, when I was incarcerated, I kind of pretty much had to raise my kids from prison.
Right.
So when my daughter used to come when she used to come and see me, you know, like Star was saying about the crossing her legs and everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, about you know, I used to tell her all the time, look, do not sit with your legs open, nowhere.
Yeah.
Do not take no kisses from nobody.
Yes.
And, you know, like in prison, pedophiles is like.
Oh, yeah, the lowest.
Pedophiles is, I mean.
Yeah.
You're talking about the lowest you can go, that's it.
Yeah.
And they, you know, they got the business too. But what used to hurt me is that the system don't really care about the children. You think they care about the children, but they don't. They'll sentence a pedophile to 3 months to 4 months. And he can do it countless of times. But, you know, guys like me, first time ever, sold a little dope. You know, they hit me with 20 years right out the gate. But you let a man come in here that took the child's innocency.
Right.
And you give him 3 months.
Right.
Well, we're going to give him life.
Right.
We're going to give him never getting up out of here.
Right.
You know, and that's how we saw it.
Yeah.
You know, but you got to teach your child how to be observant.
That's right.
You got to teach them how, like when my daughter used to sit in front of me and my sons, I used to have them, when we used to be in the visit room, I used to have them tell me what the person over here was doing without looking over there. I used to tell them, you know, like when somebody would get up, you know, I would ask them, oh, you know, who's going to the snack bar? And they would tell me.
Yeah.
Because I wanted them to be so aware to be able to perennial see stuff, to be able to see stuff that, you know, if you see it coming, get up out of there.
That's right.
You know, because all the times, you know, your mother not going to be with you. Yeah. You're going to be in school, and you're going to get in school thinking you're in a safe place, but sometimes schools are the worst place.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
It's very important for the parent, just like that video say, it's important for you to pay close attention.
Yes. You can't be too protective. Mom and then Lucretia.
How many of you have ever been into HEB and watched these little children running all around HEB?
Oh, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
You know how many times I've been cussed out in HEB from parents because I have had some child by the hand, taking them to the front, you know, so that, I mean, I've had to call the cops because
crazy.
one woman threatened to kick my behind. And I told her anytime she got ready, she could try it. But, hey, don't let these gray hairs fool you. Don't let the gray hairs fool you.
Boy, that one there, boy. See, boy.
Hey, listen, unless you have a gun, don't let the gray hairs fool you.
Yeah, she crazy.
Academy, and I know how
crazy.
to take you down.
She crazy.
And I will be crazy when it comes to me seeing little children running around.
All of us should be. That's right.
No.
All of us should be. Lucretia and Ebony, I see. Oh, then Katrina, I didn't see. Go ahead, Lucretia. Go ahead, and then Katrina. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to say real quick, another thing that you can do for your children is to make sure they understand what manipulation looks like.
Yes. You said what manipulation looks like.
Yes, what it looks like, what it sounds like. 'Cause that's one thing that I always taught my kids. Because like Pam, I had a cousin tell me, because we're cousins, first cousins, he should be the first one to get that. Because we're related. So he should be the first one to try it out. So just things like that. And then, you know, the extended family members, oh, come sit on my lap, girl, give me a hug, come sit on my lap. I don't even know you. Who are you? But just, you know, teaching kids what manipulation looks and sounds like.
Wow. Wow, that's good.
Katrina? But even be careful with friends, with your children.
Yes.
My oldest daughter was about 6 years old, and she went to this Toys for Tots thing with a really close friend of mine. And she got spooked by a horse. So they separated. And now my daughter walked from the Superdome about 8 blocks, crossing busy streets by herself, had a big old baby doll, almost as big as her, walked to the Popeyes where my sister was working at the time. Now, I haven't always been right with God, but I've always prayed for my children. So she walked along, and nobody asked her anything. She just walked along with the crowd, went into Popeyes, sat down. Lo and behold, I'm on a break. I walk into Popeyes, seeing my daughter in the Popeyes, and I'm asking her what happened. And she told me what happened, and I didn't want her to panic, but I was a nervous wreck. So the thing about it is, this whole situation was a good friend of mine. So when I finally talked to the friend, she never once apologized. She accused my child, telling me she can never go with me anywhere ever again. And she never once apologized. Pastor, I call that girl everything under the sun. It took 2 people to keep me off of her behind, and it broke up our friendship.
Good for you.
Because I thought she would take care of my child and never once apologized. I understand she got away from you, but she never even apologized.
Wow, that's crazy. Ebony and Sakina, we got about 5 more minutes, y'all. Because I know y'all want to go all night, and I would love to too, but these kids got school.
And even being careful when your kids are walking to other people's houses or they're going to their friend's house, even if it's across the street. Xavier, our park, literally, I can stand at the end of my driveway and see the park. If I need to walk up the street to go see what's going on and who's at the park, I will. I will yell down the street. I don't care. You can talk about me all you want to, but as long as my son responds to my voice, we're good. He don't respond, it's over. Because he knows I'm coming down there.
Right.
And his friends know it too. My mom too. They'll be like, Xavier, your grandma's coming down here. Xavier, your mama's coming down here. You better go. It's gotten to the point where they picked up the phone, Miss Walker. Xavier dropped his phone. We're on the way back to the house. Okay.
Because
they know I don't
They need to
play
know
that.
you don't play.
And
strike the
even,
fear.
They know
Got
that.
to. Got to shake the fear.
And don't come to my house beating on my door, because we'll have a whole nother situation. But the last couple of weeks, I've come home, and some days with the traffic coming from Lackland to this side of town, it takes me 45 minutes. So I get home around 5:30, or if I have to stop, 6 o'clock some days. There's a little boy, I promise you, he has to be about 6 or 7, and I've seen him almost every single day riding his scooter down Calabro. It took until 2 days ago for us to find out that he lived in our neighborhood. And it got to the point where, as a neighborhood, we had to essentially get on the parents on Facebook as a neighborhood and saying, look, if your child needs a ride, just, ask somebody. No child that small needs to be riding down Calabra or no scooter. Just this morning, I took Xavier to school. It was, 7 o'clock? It was still dark outside. Same little boy walking up the Calabra. Yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy. They asking for it. Sakina?
I was going to say, if, as a parent, if someone comes to you, if you have a child and someone comes to you and say, hey, your child, if another parent say, hey, my daughter told me that your child touched them, don't be so quick to say, oh, no, not my child. He didn't do that. He would never do this. Investigate it, check it out, because it's true. Because with the situation happened to my daughter, I almost went to jail if my other neighbor wouldn't came and, got me together, because, oh, my child, he would never, yes, your child did, you know what I'm saying? So you can't be so quick. If somebody say, your child touched me inappropriately, your child did this, sit down and talk about it and get your child some help instead of saying, my child, oh, not my baby. Yeah, your baby did.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Give me the online, Derek. You got one? And then
we got a couple.
And then
I'll run them quick.
Chanel. And then I got to get y'all out of here.
Okay.
We got one. I'm trying. I know y'all want to keep talking, but I got to get y'all out of here.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
We got a comment from Miss Harrell, said, great convo. This is needed. It's scary as a single parent. Mary Cruz said, wow, that was scary. Cedric said, thanks for showing this. And Kim, you send us the link. Oh, that was for Roy. Okay, that was it.
Okay. Okay, Chanel, and then I'm come over here. Go ahead. And then I'm after this last one, we got to drop the mic. You want to say something? I'll make you be the last one, because you ain't said nothing all night.
So just real quick off of what Minister Sakina was saying. So if kids are being inappropriate, like that does need to be investigated, because they've learned that from somewhere.
From somewhere.
Just a couple days ago, I went to go do a home visit, and the little boy was 6. His brother was 12. His brother had been molesting him because the mom was molesting the 12-year-old. So the 12-year-old repeated what he was saying. So now the 6-year-old is at school exposing himself to kids, trying to get into bed with other kids, and they all still live in the same home. They don't live with their mom anymore. They live with they've been adopted. But that cycle, because those kids saw that, that's what they're repeating.
Yes.
And it's just that they become they're perpetrators now.
Yes. Yes. And our kids imitate us, y'all. Yes, ma'am. And then last one right here.
I have a 4-year-old and 3 12-year-olds that when they're out of school, they go with me to the store. But even the 12-year-olds want to stay in the car and wait for me. I said, no, I don't care how old you are. You're going to the store with me because you think you're old enough. Anybody could, even though the doors are locked, you're not smart enough to think. If somebody approaches you with a knife or a gun with the door closed, they threaten you, you're going to do what they say. So there might be 12, but you're going in with me. I don't care how mad you get.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Last one.
Piggybacking on what you just actually said, last week, I started working for this family. It's her and her husband. And she was a little too trusting of me watching her kids. Even though I know I'm a good person, I know, that I serve God and stuff, she didn't really know me. She wanted me to, I met her on Monday, she wanted me to work for her on Tuesday, gave me the keys to her house. She has a 4-year-old daughter and a 7-year-old son. So I go drop my daughter off in the mornings to school, and the 4-year-old girl is in the house by herself. Her mom and dad are already at work. She tells me, she's like, hey, she's inside, she should be all right until you get there. I don't get there until almost 8:30. So I'm like, this girl's in the house, a whole hour by herself. Her brother is 7 years old, and it bothers me, but I'm like, what can I do? Her brother's 7 years old. He gets out of school at about 3:15, so I go pick him up with the daughter, bring them back home, and she's like, at 4 o'clock, you're done. You can leave them in the house till their dad gets home. It'll probably be about 5:30, sometimes 6 o'clock because of traffic. So I'm just like, man, God, I've been tossing with this since I started working with her. I'm like, how do I say something? Because she tells me I'm old school. I believe that they can take care of themselves. They're fine. You know what I'm saying? And the little girl tells me, she was like, why are you taking me everywhere? She's like, Mommy lets me stay in the house by myself. I'm fine. And I'm like, no, not on my watch. You're not going to stay home. Like, my daughter is 3 years old, and I would never even leave her at home, so I'm not going to leave another child, at home. And they just look at me like I'm strange, and I'm in a situation where I'm like, what can I do?
That ain't old school. That's ignorant.
Yeah. I didn't know.
There ain't nothing old school about that. Hey, real quick, I asked y'all to fill. Now, let me just say this first before I do this last part. I'm going to take my time with this, so we can continue this next week, okay? Because I'm going to get to the adults' issues. If not next week, the week after, I'm going to take my time with this thing. So we can continue. So if you have some comments or questions, write them down, or if you see something, write it down and bring it back next week so we can keep talking about this, okay? So the first question I asked you all, I said, have you ever been sexually abused in your life, yes or no? We have 65 people here, and 28 people said yes, they've been sexually abused. Here, at our church. I'm going to say that again. At our church, and that's not everybody. We got 65 people here, and 28 people have said at some point in their life they have been abused, sexually abused. Sad. The second question, everybody said no. Third question, if you've been sexually abused, do you feel that you can tell someone? 14 people said yes, 2 said no. That's 2 too many. If you can't find someone to tell me. Tell me. Okay, whoever you are, I don't need to know who you are, but you can feel comfortable and come tell me if you are or have been. If you were sexually abused, did you know the person? 21 people said yes, they did. They knew who did it. Do you know someone who was sexually abused? 43 people said yes. Wow. And do you know someone who is being abused right now? 3 people said yes. That's happening right now. It's someone that they know is being abused right now. Now, when I asked this question, it was for kids, but you can be an adult and get sexually abused. Yes, you can. You can. So again, next week, if you wanted to say, I know everybody wanted to talk, it took y'all a while to get going, but this is what this is all about. Because I want to do this because I want you all to see that there are people in our church who we look at every time and you can't see it. If Dottie didn't tell y'all what happened to her, you would have never known. Y'all feel what I'm saying? If Benita didn't tell us what's going on with her family, we would have never known. And this is why we need to do these type of things, so that we know that you are not by yourself. It's important because guess what? There are some people who are still struggling, who have not let go of whatever happened to them in their past or whatever's happened to them even now. There's a lot of people. And just because you come to church, that don't mean that you ain't got some stuff that has happened to you. We all have something. So I'm hoping, and I'm saying this sincere, and I hope y'all be honest with me. I hope that tonight has already helped some of you. And I hope that, I'm not going to say the word enjoy, because this is not something we should enjoy, But I hope that you all got something out of this first part tonight. I know I did. I know I got something just by listening to you all. I got something from this. And biblically, it happened. Y'all know Tamar. Tamar got sexually abused by her brother. And her daddy didn't do nothing, David. Didn't do anything. Messed her up for the rest of her life. So it's not just now, it's been happening. But we need to get to a point, and we're going to get there at the end. We're going to get to a point to where we're going to start healing. And I'm going to say this. And what I'm really hoping is that for the 28 of you all who said that you have been, when we're done with this, I'm hoping all 28 of you all will come up here and I can pray for you. I'm not going to force you, but I'm hoping that you wouldn't mind so that you can move on. So you can move on and not be embarrassed. And when they come, we ain't finna be, oh, yeah, that explains why he act like that. That explains why she act like that. No. We want to be here to help. Because I guarantee you, it wasn't just women in this 28. There's some watching on stream, I guarantee you. They probably will be in this too. Because not just girls who get abused, guys do too. Believe that. So did y'all plan on coming back next week? Was this good? I need to know, real talk. Was this good? We need this. Okay, all right. Okay, let's stand. I'm just going to pray us out. We're going to go home. Tell other people to come. Encourage people to come. Y'all hear me? Y'all kids, y'all come back. We're going to continue this next week. And I'm also going to start getting into the adult part of this stuff as well, too. All right? Come with your big boy, big girl pants on. We're gonna get real. It might get a little touchy, but we're going to get real, okay? All right, let's pray. Lord, we thank you for allowing us to be here tonight so that we can begin the stages of trying to heal ourselves. Lord, I thank you for every single person who came here tonight to participate and to hear how they're not alone if they've been abused. And if they know someone who is, how they can begin to try to help them. Lord, I'm just trying to do what you've placed on my heart to do. To be able to help the members of this church to be able to be the Christian men and Christian women that they need to be. Help us as parents, whether we have little kids or teenagers or kids are in college, help us to be good parents. And let them know that they can speak to us about anything. Allow us to get back home safely, to find our home.
Some great and small, you being God, delivered me from the mall.
Thank y'all, thank y'all.
Still can't believe all the ways you made. Oh, Lord.